Welcome to News This Week. I am Shalini Kumar. I am here to take you through the developments across the globe in alcoholic beverages and hospitality sectors of the last few days. To start with, I will focus on some most relevant regulatory and policy related news. What the former Prime Minister of Australia, Tony Abbott, has about India must be like a song for our ears. Tony Abbott, who is a special envoy for India, said a free trade agreement between his nation and India would signal the democratic world's tilt away from China. Tony Abbott was recently in India. The Australian government gives priority to sealing a bilateral trade deal with India. In an opinion piece published in the Australian newspaper a few days back, Abbott said the answer to almost every question about China is India. He also said that it's in everyone's interest that India take its rightful place among the nations as quickly as possible. The UK-India Business Council has said that India's retrospective tax law amendment, which nullifies the tax demand raised for indirect transfer of Indian assets made before 28 May 2012 on fulfillment of specified conditions, can help attract more foreign investment to India as it sends out a clear message that the country is welcoming to business. India and the UK are scheduled to shortly start negotiations on a bilateral FTA to boost trade and investment between the two countries, and the tax law amendment would provide a strong foundation for trust. The legal battle between Delhi Traders Association and Delhi government on the state's new excise policy goes on. On the 9th August, Delhi High Court heard the plea filed by the Delhi's Liquor Traders Association challenging the new excise policy of the state. The Delhi government defended its new excise policy 2021 before the Delhi High Court, arguing that the new regime would generate optimum revenue and ensure ease of doing business while eliminating cartelization, proxy players, and monopoly. The government also argued that the privatization of government liquor vends and redistribution of all liquor vends equitably across the city would most certainly lead to manifold increase in free competition and overwhelm existing cartels in the market. The court heard the arguments of counsels from both sides and has fixed 27th August for the next hearing. The Delhi government's move of successful allotment of liquor retail vends through bidding is welcomed by the Confederation of Indian Alcoholic Beverage Companies. However, trade body cautioned against high bid prices. The CIABC hoped that high bid prices would not be transferred to the consumers or manufacturers in the form of higher prices or as demands for undue discounts respectively. CIABC viewed that neither of them will be good for long-term health of the industry. In a new development, the Delhi High Court has issued a notice to the Delhi government on a petition filed by the Member of Parliament Pravesh Sahib Singh Verma, challenging the new amended Delhi Excise Rules 2010, which allows for home delivery of liquor. On this, the court has listed the matter for September 2021. The Delhi High Court has disposed of a petition regarding hoarding of a liquor brand Pegasi Spirits Private Limited. It was submitted before the court that hoarding put up in the national capital have been removed. On 3rd May, the court issued notice in this petition and sought the response of Delhi government, New Delhi Municipal Council and Pegasi Spirits Private Limited, which had put up its hoarding across the NCT region, whereby its product Pegasi brand was publicized. Among all these legal hassles, there is some good news for microbreweries coming from Rajasthan. In its new excise policy, the Rajasthan government had permitted setting up of microbreweries in the state, but There was no good response to this new provision. Therefore, now the Rajasthan government has reduced the excise duty for microbreweries from Rs 60 to 40 rupees per bulk litre. Now let's focus on brands that made news last week. Penfolds expands its portfolio with the addition of two new super blends composed of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz. The Australian wine brand Penfolds has enhanced its luxury wine portfolio by adding two new super blends composed of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz. The first of these super blends will be launched in October, while the second wine will be launched in the next year's collection release. Both the wines are made of fruit sourced from leading terroir in South Australia, including the Barossa Valley, Maclaren Valley and Clare Valley. Beam Suntory launches 5 brands in the North India. It has introduced a range of 5 premium spirits in the markets of North India, signaling its commitment and strategy to grow in India in line with its ambition to reach $1 billion in revenue by 2030. Oak Smith Whiskies, Yamazaki Distillers Reserve, Hibiki Japanese Harmony, Suntory Whisky Toki and Roku Japanese Craft Gin are now available in North India. Raffles Udaipur, India's first Raffles hotel, opened on 2nd August. The property is spread over on a 21-acre private island set in the middle of the serene Udaisagar Lake. The hotel itself is an architectural marvel of 101 luxurious rooms, suites and signature suites that elegantly interweaves Western cultural references with Rajasthan's royal heritage and elements of Mughal architecture. This was your quick news update for the week. For detailed news, please visit our website www.spirits.in. Keep watching News This Week on Spirits TV. We will meet again next week, same day, same time. Till then, stay safe. Goodbye.